G'day, this is Sean the Aussie Restorer. Apologies for the lack of content on this channel, ladies and gents. In this video, I'm just going to show you how I sharpen the blade on my Toro commercial 21-inch walk-behind mower. Here she is. I'm going to take this out today and make a couple of videos for my Blade Mate Lawn Care channel. So make sure you subscribe to that one and check it out too. Every time I take the blade off for a sharpen, it's a good opportunity just to get a flat blade or something and just give everything underneath a bit of a scrape. All the wet stuff, all the sticky grass under here, it does contribute to underneath the mower getting clogged, and that affects the efficiency in which it cuts, mulches, catches, etc. Yes, a little bit of paint's coming off when I scratch it. I don't really care because it's getting hammered under here anyway, just by the grass. Every now and then, you know, maybe once a year or so, you can give this a good clean up and just give it a respray if you're that way inclined. However, I'm not too fussed, especially noting that this is an aluminium deck, so it's not going to rust. You can really tell that the last time this was used, it was a wet day. In fact, if you caught the last Blade Mate Lawn Care video, that was the last time this mower was used. That was on Saturday just gone. And you would have noted that it was pretty wet ground that I was trying to cut. Hold it firmly in the vise. It's pretty straightforward. Now I will balance this too, and I'll show you how. Now I'm not that fussed about this little chunk here missing, as long as that edge there is sharp, because I'd have to remove quite a bit of material to get that little chunk removed, and frankly it's not really, it doesn't matter. Now what we're looking to achieve here is a more or less uniform finish. I've kind of achieved it. It's not perfect, but it doesn't really matter. Again, as long as that edge is on there and it's more or less uniform. Now I'm going to just balance the blade. Now what that means, it's, for those who are unaware, it literally means to balance it. So when it's held like that, each side kind of weighs the same and it'll sit parallel with the ground. The reason that's important is that if it's out of balance, it can kind of cause, obviously the weight on one side can cause some vibration that'll go up through the shaft and potentially ruin the motor. So it's very important, especially for these solid blades, that it is balanced. I don't have a balancing tool. What I do, I just grab my pin punch, put it in the vise. Now this doesn't need to be perfect. As you can see over there, my bench, that edge along the bench, obviously that's square to the ground. So through the hole, on the pin punch, just try and get it to steady itself. And then all I do is get down eye level and I see if it's on an angle or not, and I can see that it is. So what that tells me is that this side here has had less material taken off it than this side. So it's a little bit heavier on here. You can see the top of the edge of the blade there. I'll lower it down and you can see how it's more or less aligned with the table. It's not 100%, but you know what? I'm confident that that's close enough and it's not going to do damage to my machine. And reassembly is just the reverse of taking it off. And it's usually pretty straightforward if you're in doubt. I mean, you can see here, this plate, because it's kind of clean on the bottom, that's a good indication that it doesn't get sprayed with grass. Therefore, that's how you know it's facing that way. Now at this point, you'd have to really be struggling to get the next component mixed up, because it looks something like that, which happens to look exactly like that. From there, this bit, same again, you can just see how you can just colour match it. So that matches the black piece straight on. And then the blade, always make sure like the flared bits, so little wings, are facing the top. And your little blade carrier here. Now no doubt there are torque settings. I don't bother, rattle gun will do. Just line it up by hand first, you don't want to cross thread anything. In fact, that bolt right there looks like it's had Loctite on it. Now this comes off at least once a week, so I'm not really going to Loctite it, but I'm sure it's written somewhere in some manual that you should. Again, this is just how I do it. If you have other ways, fantastic, you keep doing it your way. Alrighty, we're ready to go and cut some grass. Thanks for watching, see you next time.